So yesterday we showed you the 490 series, and I thought, well, might as well pull out one of the 290s and show you the difference between the 290 and the 490. And obviously one is 2 meters, one is 70 centimeters. This is the 2 meter version. And one thing to be very careful of when you're buying a 290A is that it definitely does do this. Transmits from 146 to 148. Now, a lot of the Japanese imports, unfortunately, go down to 146 and transmit up to 146 and don't transmit 147, 148, and which is always a bit of a problem. But anyway, this is a bit of a shorter video, and that's mainly because for a good mate of mine that's actually bought the 490E and also the 290A off me, and I just wanted to do a short video and just show him, and he gets a little surprise, which you won't see many of these. I can tell you now, I promise you, you won't see too many of these. This is the memory backup unit, the IC490E. Extremely hard to find. So I basically plugged in and had a plug out socket, etc, etc, and they fitted on the bottom of the unit. Now you can the two screws match up with the case screws underneath there. A bit dusty, so basically you can choose to have the memory backup unit on there, which is quite handy. It really is. And unfortunately I've only got one of them. He's a great mate of mine. I've loved to have had two, and but only one. What do? You can only give him what you got, but I threw that in because he's a very good mate of mine. And just to be aware, guys, we also only have one IC490 left. That's it, then we're out. I thought we had 5 altogether, but then I looked back through our records, and yes, we did sell 2, a combination to a VK2 going back about 3 months ago. So it's just my memory failing on me as per usual. So we're getting down to the last of it. Michael, you're going to love these. They're very nice units. A little bit of markings on the cases, etc. But sort of look, the front panels is what you're sort of after. And again, on your 430s, the front panels are essential. That's what really counts. And the cases are actually not that bad. But the thing with Icom cases, you'll find the sort of finish that they did on them, and you'll see this on the side here. They weathered. That's dust from them, but they not weathered, but they sort of, don't know why. It's not like you needed to have them in a bad environment or anything. Over time, they just weren't sort of 100% sometimes. I've literally dust coated them at times. I've got the actual color and dust coated them, and I mean really lightly, like no sanding, no nothing, just give it a quick hit, a dust coat, and they can come up quite like new. But anyway, that's for somebody else to do. I am out of time, as you know, and I'm just trying to get this gear out of here. So let's have a look. 1 2 3 4 5. 1 2 1 2. Loads of power. By the way, my meter's reading quite low there. Don't be. I put it on the bird actually before, and look, to be honest, I've got a few lead issues going. I'm running direct from the monitor right now to here. This monitor's driven me mental with some issues. So I'm just in the midst of a couple of things that are driving me a little bit insane right now. So we'll get that sorted out. I've just ordered a whole stack of new leads and bits to make sure that we can sort this out. And my friend up in Queensland, I know for sure that we'll have a replacement 2001, and hopefully by the time I get back from Indonesia. So that would be so good. All right, now again, the great thing about the 2001 we mentioned yesterday is that you can go to sideband and you can hear 1 2 3 4 5. Hang on, let's go. 1 2 3 4 5. 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 4 5. 1 2 3 4. Hang on, going the wrong way here. 1 2 3. I'm way off. Hang on. If I put that into there and I go back there, sorry, I've just got to change where I was. And there. Hang on, let me get this thing on frequency. Sorry, it's just hard to do one-handed. Okay. Let's try that again. 1 2 3 4 5. 1 2 3 4 5. Hello. 1 2 3 4 5. 1 2. Oh, they're all looking good there. But the good thing is you can resolve sideband, which I think is great about those monitors. But look, these radios, great. Look, they're just great old radios. They really are. And obviously, you just get to. Most people, they've become a collector's item more than using 100% every day of the week. I get that, but where they are getting let down a little bit is as far as people estimating what they can do. They really are a fantastic radio for have the rich on then for sideband use. Their receivers on them were fantastic. So if you're on 144.1 and you're having a bit of a play around, this is a very good radio to certainly do that with. And AEB video, I was on actually VFOB there, so as you can see. But look, just show up and down there, working beautifully. But look, for those of you who like a bit of 2 meter sideband, absolutely. Getting down to 144.1, having a play on sideband. Look, great radio for that. And 1 2 3 4 5 1 2, plenty of power down there. 1 2 3 4 5, testing. The only thing I didn't check, sorry, and we need to, is and by the way, the 290 was a different radio in some respects. Sorry, to the 490, in that you see how you don't have the 1 meg up button and I think they did that because you were covering 10 megs over in regards to the 70 centimeter band, and you were there we go, 7,000. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to input a signal, and let's have. Oh, hang on, we're on an FM. FM would help a bit. Hit receive. Look at that, 0.5 a microvolt. I'll just turn down. Sorry, just so you know, you're not hearing the monitor. Look how clear that is. That, I reckon I could take that down further. Let's have a look. Just starting to get noisy. 0.3 of a microvolt, minus 106. That's 117 there. Wow. Yeah, look, and this is what I mean. As a sensitive receiver, these things were brilliant. They really were. So yeah, look, I think that's, and we'll just make sure we can put some signal into it. There we go. And the signal meter doing exactly what it should be doing. Fantastic. And then we just have a look at, yep, as it fades off there. Nice. That's putting a lot of, that's putting 40 microvolts into it. So that's 0.405 right there. Jeez. See, this is what I mean. Don't underestimate the old stuff. They had brilliant receivers. They really are quite amazing. Quite amazing. Absolutely. Jeez, that's just incredible. As you can see, as I'm going down there, losing it at 0.405. Obviously a 3 kilohertz signal, so it's probably deviating 4 kilohertz there. It'd be about right, actually, just having a look at that. Let's go either side. Yep, 4 to 5 kilohertz of deviation. That's spreading a little wider because the input, the way I'm doing it. But yeah, look, lovely radio. And yes, you could write your memories, etc., into there. With this little unit here, and this is where the advantage comes in with the ICBU1. Now, there is a mod, very easy mod, that you can do to obviously build a little BU1. As much as this box looks so lovely, there's nothing overly exciting and going on in there. It's very easy to mod your IC290A to or your 490 to do what that little box does. If you would open up the box, you would go, huh? Anyway, it's not overly huge in what they need to do there. But yeah, look, very similar, especially when we start to look at, as I was saying, the difference being the 1 meg button over here. Priority, I don't think, they had priority on both. Just trying to see what else was different, because they both had the offset right. You could do that, vary your offset to, so what we were showing you yesterday, where you can set the 0.6 to a different offset if you need to, and it's quite flexible. Obviously 0.6 being the most common, but there you go. All right, well look, really happy with this radio. It's doing exactly what it should do. Don't be too worried about this monitor is so faulty, it's not funny at the moment. It's reading low in power, it's doing a few things. I've got a myriad of monitor issues. I honestly should be out in the other workshop. I've got perfectly good, I've got an IFR 500 that actually is working beautifully, absolutely perfect. I've got 2 of those actually. What else have I got? I've got another Marconi, it's a Marconi / IFR from memory. That's the one, sorry, same mate from Queensland sold me that one, and that's been a great monitor. But in this area here, I really need a decent monitor again. This has just become a bit crazy with the mess that's going on here. Anyway, don't worry about my little issues, we'll sort those out. And sorry, what I was going to mention, Michael, hang on. I did find, look, this is just a reprint of the 490. I did find an original 290. I had to go searching for that. You don't realise what I do for you. But yes, I did find an original 290 manual in the American Barn of all places. It wasn't in the museum, which is kind of, I knew I had one, and I thought, oh. Anyway, half an hour later, going through books everywhere, I found one, but I didn't have an original for the 490, so just to print off of that one. Okay, so I don't know how you're spending your Easter. I'm playing a bit of catch-up footy with mine. This is the first Easter with no dogs here, and that beautiful wife of mine, she's doing her face painting sign at the moment. Anyway, it's just sounds like a stalker, doesn't it? Yeah, no, actually we're just testing that camera. That doesn't normally sit there, but it's a bit of one that's been giving us some trouble actually, but seems to be networking and doing what it should do now. Sorry, the only thing I didn't show on this radio, which I suppose I should show, is the offset working correctly too. Sorry, that was just something that's important. I like to use these videos as a hey, not only people interested in how the radios work, etc., but when we're selling them, this is a nice way to say, hey, when it left here, like blah blah blah. And look, I haven't had too many troubles with Australia Post. Got to be honest, it's been pretty good. But also I want proof for Australia Post and for my client, sort of any stage, if if they want proof that it was working or they're suggesting it wasn't or anything like that, well, we've always got proof that no, sorry guys, and please just understand there's a double-edged sword to this. We're not just sort of covering your ass, we're covering our own as well. All right, 73s guys, have a great Easter. I hope everybody gets to have a bit of a break. As much as this looks like work, believe it or not, I don't mind doing this at the moment. I'm in a lot of pain at the moment with some other stuff that's going on, so I can't be doing sort of the stuff I'd like to be doing outside. So this is nice light work, which that and a few oxy tablets I'm sort of getting by on. See, that was a bit of a disclosure, wasn't it? But that's just the truth. Guys, have a great Easter, enjoy, and we've got a lot more coming up. There's I'll try and get a few more videos done over the weekend, just of different bits and pieces. We've got so much to get out of here. You know the story. 73s, please subscribe, please hit the like button, all those pleases, they all cost nothing, and we'll catch you all very soon. VK3 Charlie Mike Tangam Balenga, Northeast Victoria. All the best.